r/ask Reddit. If you were transported 400 years into the past with no clothes or anything else, how would you prove that you were from the future? If you want to join my giveaway for $500, subscribe and you will be automatically entered. I wouldn't want to prove so, as I'd likely be hanged or slung in an asylum. Behold peasants. I can predict future events. Alright naked man. Will the crops grow bountifully next season? UHH. You'd probably be executed if you try to convince others you are from the future. Anyways, the 1600s were horrible. Edit. I was joking. Edit. I wasn't joking, I accidentally edited the wrong comment. Sorry for my dumbness. I wouldn't. I'd just inadvertently kill everyone with all my modern germs. I wear contacts. Being a white guy with European heritage in what is now northern Minnesota would be rather telling. Too bad I wouldn't be able to communicate with the locals very well. Oh no. Here comes the boil your water and wash your hands guy. Dental fillings. I'd sing songs from my time. Either they believe me, or I get hired as a songwriter. Win-win. Edit. Or just tell them God sent me from the future to tell them they're sinners and become a prophet. Tell them Ronald Reagan, the actor, will be president. Make a cotton gin. Reasonably easy and could make me rich. But won't get me burned at the stake cause it's easy enough to explain how it works in case the church wonders. Me. E equals mx squared. Peasant. What does that mean? Me. I dunno. I wouldn't. I would integrate myself amongst the people and get them all saying things like Joe Mama and Yeet and watch the world destroy itself. I am almost blind without my eyewear, contact lenses glasses, so I'll probably not survive long if no one tried to help me out. Well, my hair is pale blue, so I feel like they might suspect something. My ability to predict future events even though I'm a history nerd when it comes to the 20th century. I'd probably just show them a modern bread recipe because apparently bread back then sucked. Invent calculus before that bitch Newton. I'm not sure that I could do it. Regardless of what I said. Naked female in her 20s saying stuff that makes no sense with white straight teeth. Which? Burn her. Colon. Why would I prove it? I'd just kick it and roll with the times. Maybe become a pirate or something. I show them my big gut. Being overweight was very rare back then. Except among the very rich. The fact I had no clothes would be a giveaway that I wasn't rich. The difference between the early modern English spoken at the start of the 17th century and the English we speak today might be a persuasive indicator. Either that, or they would think me mad, foreign, or perhaps both. I'd show them how to slam dunk. Nobody was dunking back then. Revolutionize the game of basketball forever. As a revolutionary, once I had a large enough following, I'd explain to them that they'd all been hoodwinked. I didn't invent the slam dunk. Airbud did. My size. People didn't get as large typically due to, well, everything. But let's say diet. Well, if I stayed in the same spot then I would probably be met with Native American tribes. I think just the fact that I'm so ridiculously pasty and white would be bizarre enough for them. I would read. I'm black, so pretty sure I'd be F. I just want to consult with Sam. Fix the situation so the nice people can live happily ever after. And then bounce somewhere else. I'm older. Grey hair. Long. Look like Gandalf. I'd be the only white guy in New Zealand. And I don't speak Maori. I'd have much bigger problems on my hands. Predict the Pilgrims in the Mayflower Compact and other things that will happen post 1619. Bro, I just wanna fuck some 1600 titties. By dazzling them with my impressive knowledge of the past. Ah shit. I'm already a left-handed, red-headed woman. Saying shit like that is just a faster route to being murdered for being a witch. Imagine having a high-tech prosthetic. Would be so GG. Terminator. Okay. For everyone crowing about getting executed for being a witch. No, you wouldn't. You might be executed for offending the crown, or sent to Australia. But your odds of being executed for witchcraft would have been slim to none. Unless you're a practicing Wiccan pagan. Then I don't know. Still probably not though. Second, calculus. Being able to draw a decent map. Knowledge of medicine, etc. I actually think medicine would be the most dramatic thing that your average person today would know a lot about. That would be revolutionary in 1600. Germ theory. Sterilization. Not bloodletting. All of those things didn't come into being until the 19th and 20th centuries. George Washington, who was an Enlightenment figurehead, died because his doctor bled him. That's fucking insane. The pink hair would probably be a giveaway. Being a tetchy guy, I'd show someone a few things not discovered yet but easily doable in their time, then tell them to forget I showed them, or the paradox would wind up killing me or something. Crap. Just adapt and hope the mob doesn't burn me. Full color. Highly detailed tattoos all over my body. Like ones that can't be done with sharpened wood and naturally occurring pigments from my region. I smell better than everyone. I mean, after talking to a few alchemists and using primitive fractional distillation machines, getting an isolate of neon or xenon would be quite easy. Then I just become God and make those electro balls. Put one on a staff. Ha. I would only make electrical generation through that damn annoying shake battery. Green energy all the way. The way I talk, I'd probably be attacked and immediately killed. The average height of men was 5 feet 5 in Holland, who were considered fairly large by the standards of that age. Being over a foot taller than average will likely get me murdered immediately if not captured and made some sort of circus act. I'd walk into the first tavern I'd find and say, I need your pantaloons, potato sack shirt and your horse. Speak. My English sounds very different from theirs. Surprised no one has really talked about banking. Nations really struggled with raising capital, or even really being nations, back then. Introducing some simple concepts, like compound interest, shares, and dividends, especially if you are the first to take advantage of them, would be profound. Remember, most monetary systems are a sort of shared hallucination, and these folks are good at imagining all sorts of unreal stuff. So it's not like these concepts are unlikely to stick with folks in the 1600s. Checks and paper notes were introduced to Europe at this time. Being on the ground for these innovations or predicting which ones would do well might convince them that you had knowledge of the future. The payoff comes in early 1637 when you dump your tulip investments before the first speculative bubble crashes hard. Shaved pubes. I wouldn't want to, but I would use my knowledge of future events to gain power and rule with an iron fist. Let's assume I was transported from the US to England and could communicate. The fact is, I can likely draw from memory a better map of the Atlantic Ocean and the adjacent coastlines from memory than any existing map in 1619. You show the respective authorities that kind of prescience and you are going to be the most valuable man alive, and they'll believe whatever you've got to say. I have sex with everyone, changing history entirely, forcing the future time travelers to come back and stop me and take me home. Your flabby body is enough proof. I'd explain the human body and basic medical understandings. Then prove it by inventing penicillin and the microscope. And also basic dominant recessive gene stuff. Yeah, no. High school science experiments and things I learned in school that I can prove fairly easily. Plot twist. I am already from the future. Got here naked. Haven't been able to prove a damn thing. The same hilarious kill the witch response to every post. Knowledge of math and physics. Newton hadn't been born yet 400 years ago. So a basic high school education would probably be enough to prove I was not a normal person. I was sent back from the future to be an advanced cybernetics sperm donor. I am the sperminator. Estella, your urethra baby. You've been sperminated. I'm a girl, so anything I tried I'd probably be burned as a witch. Start talking about what will happen for them. Every detail. Demonstrate science. Probably starting with electricity. I would create the world's first condom, and now there are less deaths and a higher survival rate in children at birth, and now everyone will advance in technology, and yay, I have maybe saved millions of people. Make the first steam engine and electric motor, which may take a couple of years with tech at the time. Also, making pointed and rifled bullets and rifle guns. Way better precision and greater distance than musket balls. If you don't appear in the middle of a public place, maybe a medieval alley, you could make the argument that you're naked because you got robbed. Then you could maybe start predicting what would happen in coming years. As long as you had basic knowledge of the period you're in, then maybe you wouldn't be hung. I'm in Germany during the 30 Years' War. I have better things to worry about than proving that I'm from the future. I wouldn't want to prove anything because, like so many other commenters here, I wouldn't want to be hanged. But I'm fairly certain the fact that I speak modern English, which at the time would have sounded like gibberish English, would pretty much give it away that something was off about me. By almost instantly dying horribly of some common disease that no longer exists in our time. And I have no immunity to. Probably. Wait. You mean where I currently live? Hell man. I'd be the only white dude on the continent RN. Even worse. I'd freeze to death long before I find anyone. Language changed so much over that time no one would understand a thing I said. Especially with an Aussie accent. ITDB fucking hard. Good. Straight. Teeth. Like and subscribe if you want to.